Welcome to Orange County Power Players, where we spotlight the personal, professional, and financial success stories of OC's top leaders. Here's your host, Danny Flores.
Welcome back to OC Power Players, where I interview some of the most successful people in Orange County. I'm Danny Flores, your host, and today's honored guest is Carly Fliesher, zooming in from Mission Viejo. Carly is a dedicated wife, mother of two, and a proud dog mom who brings over 13 years of experience in the last mile delivery and e-commerce to her role as Senior Vice President of Enterprises Sales at OpenForce. Raised in Orange County, California, Carly has a deep... Oh, hold on a second. Oh, dang. They're going to have to cut that out. Sorry, I forgot to turn off my phone. Let me turn it off real quick. All right.
Well, good. You know it's real when that happens.
Right, exactly. Okay, so I'm going to start the intro one more time. Okay, Carly is a dedicated wife, mother of two, and a proud dog mom who brings over 13 years of experience in last mile delivery and e-commerce to her role as Senior Vice President of Enterprise Sales at OpenForce. Raised in Orange County, California, Carly has a deep appreciation for the lake life and personal understanding of the challenges faced by individuals with learning disabilities. Her journey in the industry began in 2012 when she joined Delivery Drivers, DDI, a company later acquired by Walmart. After a brief tenure at Grubhub in 2017, she returned to DDI in 2019. In 2022, followed by DDI's acquisition by Walmart, she transitioned into Walmart's driver experience department within the Spark Driver e-commerce platform, where she oversaw the partnership and loyalty pillars of the last mile delivery program. In her current role at OpenForce, Carly leads client engagement and partnership sales, focusing on expanding partnership relations, driving sales, and enhancing engagement with current clients. She is committed to delivering measurable client value through elite talent, industry expertise, and technological innovation. Welcome, Carly.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Danny.
Yes. So explain to us a little bit about last mile delivery, what that is, and how you got involved with that.
It's a lot, but how I got involved real quick. I got laid off from a company. I was actually in the nonprofit space for auctions and sourcing donations for companies and doing nonprofit silent auctions, and got laid off from that job. And I found this space through Craigslist. Found DDI. Yeah. So I found DDI actually through Craigslist, and I didn't realize I had a passion for the space once I came through DDI and the independent contractor space. Mm-hmm. And DDI primarily focused on the last mile food delivery space for independent contractors. Mm-hmm. Once they grew and I got into the sector of growing into the last mile of trucking and grocery delivery, which Walmart is how Walmart found us. We started to grow in that sector. So I started to find myself growing there. And then OpenForce, which is last mile trucking, middle mile trucking, grocery delivery, more the gig economy type of work.
Now, does that mean, okay, a gig economy, so that people understand what that is, that's delivering it to the end consumer. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes. So it's kind of like at will, right? So they come through an app, they can accept the order, go pick it up, and deliver it. So think of like the DoorDashes of the world. Even Uber kind of is the gig economy space.
Right. Because you work when you want to, at as many hours as you want to. You turn it on, you accept rides, or you don't. You
don't. Yep. No control.
Yeah. So that's interesting, because the gig economies actually give you so much flexibility. I personally take a lot of Uber drivers sometimes, and I like talking to them and what they do. Some of them work just a few hours a day. Some of them work long hours a day. It's just like you do whatever you want, as much as you want, as much as you need. Some do it part-time, some do it full-time. Some husband and wives do it, some just themselves, and some of them are retired and they got bored at home. And there's all kinds of stories, right? And how that comes together.
Oh yeah, well, it definitely got big during COVID, right? And people
Hmm.
really enjoyed it because they liked that they could help people that couldn't do it for themselves. And I
Hmm.
see it too with Ubers and people taking people to the hospitals, things like that, like you were saying, or just
Right.
extra income. So like at
Hmm.
night, people will do it they'll do their 9 to 5 and then do it at night because they have the freedom and control and they enjoy that. So
Right.
companies like OpenForce, right? They help the companies like Uber or DoorDash facilitate that independent contractor model. So they allow them to make sure that they're doing it correctly so that in the evidence of like if the state were to come in and question that model, we put them in the best light possible to pass that and say they truly are independent contractors. And here's why.
So tell me a little bit about the acquisition from Walmart. When Walmart bought, was it DDI, correct?
Yeah.
They wanted to bring that type of delivery in-house.
Yeah, so they already had the delivery basically in-house, but what they had hired DDI to do was kind of that back end office work. And so they hired us for our platform. So what we were doing is we were finding the drivers, we were screening the drivers, and then we were facilitating the payroll and the insurance coverage
Hmm.
over the
Hmm.
drivers. And then we were making sure that they were compliant while on the road. So
Right.
so what Walmart saw was, okay, well, they have the platform to facilitate that, so they purchased our technology to facilitate the Spark delivery platform on Walmart.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that makes it easy for Walmart that they don't have to go out and build it. They see it built and
Exactly.
basically functioning and say, okay, hey, you know what? We can take a shortcut here. Let's buy them, make them an offer they can't refuse because that's how it usually happens. And you're like, okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on selling, but I can't say no.
Yeah, exactly. They saw the writing on the wall too. It was going to get more expensive or just buy, right? As they
Right, right,
brought
right.
on more drivers.
Yeah. So then are you still involved with GDI with Walmart?
So I am no longer with Walmart. Walmart, when they purchased DDI, DDI had to dissolve its company after
Hmm.
3 years, and so it's officially no longer DDI. And then Walmart now owns that completely. In August of 2025, so as of late, Walmart wanted us to all move to their home office if we were remote. And so they basically did a mass layoff if you were not in Bentonville, Arkansas, and
Hmm.
said, hey, either you have the option to move, and if you don't, your last day is June 2025. And so like you said in the introduction, have a family. My husband's a CPA in California. It just wasn't viable for me to make the decision to move and continue my journey with Walmart, unfortunately.
Hmm.
I love what they're doing. I love what they're building. There's so many things that they're doing over there with autonomous vehicles, drones. They're so forward thinking. But
Hmm.
I also love the space I'm in with independent contractors. And OpenForce was our direct competitor. And
Hmm.
Wendy Greenland over there, who's the CEO, she had been asked to hire me a few times, and I finally had my opportunity to jump ship and come over here to OpenForce. And so now I'm officially with OpenForce.
So how is the model different at OpenForce versus the old DDI? And so that everybody understands, and correct me if I'm wrong, DDI was sold to Walmart. So technically Walmart bought the asset sale and then they stripped the name away and kept it all under Walmart, pretty much.
Correct. Yes.
Right?
Yep. Exactly. Really, the two main differences I would say is one, OpenForce has an insurance option that DDI didn't have that can cover the independent workers for our clients, and then two, DDI did the on like recruiting of the workers,
Mm-hmm.
where OpenForce doesn't list the ads and the recruiting. So we at OpenForce let the clients still do the listing of the ads and the vetting of the worker. We just then step in and now gather all the insurance documents, all the driver's license, or auto insurance, or whatever the needs are for onboarding a worker. That's where we start. So the main difference is we just do not vet that worker beforehand.
So you're basically like a a support type of
Back end
company.
support.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back end support, where they don't want to have to deal with it or build a team to do it. They just say, hey, you know
Yeah.
what? This is who we're hired. Get them onboarded. Make sure they have
Yeah.
everything in line, driver's license or insurance and everything else.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
So then you guys, for the clients, is it just one company that you guys work for, or do you guys spread out amongst other ones and provide that same service to other different companies?
Great question. We work with multiple companies and multiple different types of sectors. So we have about right now between the sectors 375 companies, a little bit over 100 and 1.5 million platform users today. So that can mean anywhere from, you know, the trucking industry, the courier industry, the gig industry. We have dog walker, or we don't have dog walkers. We have a cat sitting company, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have some healthcare type of companies.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody who kind of has a type of independent contractor model, we
Mm-hmm.
can usually help probably facilitate something. It really just comes down to the compliance of insurance. Do we have an insurance component that can support that independent worker?
How about like contractors and subcontractors? Do you guys
Yeah.
service those type of industries too?
Yep, yep. So depending, are you talking about like construction
Yeah,
contractors?
because those guys,
Yep.
somebody has to say, okay, let's just
Yeah.
say as an example, if I was a general contractor, I'm going to have a lot of subcontractors working under me. They have to
Yeah.
have insurance and all of that, and I got to track to make sure that we're added as additionally insured, or just, all these things that you have to have your I's dotted and your T's crossed, because when something happens and you don't have it right, it's like, oh shoot, we didn't do this right. And it's like,
Yeah. Oh yeah, and we do, and that's a big space we've been actually trying to break into. So we do have the opportunity to facilitate that space, but
mm-hmm,
since we started in the transportation space, that's kind of been our niche, and now we're trying to expand into construction, and expand in big in that because we do have the opportunity and the
mm-hmm,
options for those workers.
right.
And we also have the ability for masters, like let's say if your contractor has people working under them, they can enroll their subs or the masters can enroll their workers onto our platform as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we let them
Well, that's pretty
facilitate.
neat because I had no idea that that's like a niche type of industry here. Something
Yes, very
that's
niche.
very needed,
Hmm.
but you don't even know that you need it in a sense. Other than that, you're kind of stuck trying to get all this administrative stuff done, and that could be bogging you down for your core business.
Yeah, it's a lot of headache. And a lot of people don't even know that they're not compliant, right? They don't
Hmm.
know
Hmm.
that they might be using the wrong term. Like, if you're using the word payments with the contractor, that's the wrong term, right? You should be using the word earnings. If you're
Hmm.
telling a contractor how they have to do their job, that's control. So they're going to pull all these things into question
Hmm.
if you get audited, right? And so that is something that we help with on the back end. We ensure that we have stamps that show that they elected that they're an independent contractor, that they can negotiate rates. There's
Hmm.
so many things that we have set up on the back end
Right.
so
Right.
that these our clients can sleep better at night, is what I like to say.
Right. Yeah. No. No. Yeah. Just staying compliant is it's like it's almost like paying for auto insurance, right? You
Yeah.
pay for it. Hopefully, you never use it, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully. And if you use it, you're not using it every day, but it's there in
Right.
case if you need it.
Yeah.
Having this is like paying for insurance because you're making sure everybody's in compliance.
Hmm.
Like you said, audits can happen. They can come, auditors can come, or an accident can happen, or anything like that. And then they go back and they look at the records and they say, yeah, you're in compliance, and that's the purpose of you guys existing.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a good way of putting it. I mean, I always say it's not a matter of uh if or what, it's a matter of when. Is that the right
Yeah,
way?
yeah, yeah. Sooner or later,
Yeah, yeah,
because
it's
it's
gonna
like
happen.
you're gonna need it. Somebody's gonna check. An accident's gonna happen. You're dealing with people. Somebody gets distracted. Somebody else gets distracted and hits the car or whatever the case may be, and that's when the lawsuits come and make sure everybody's covered. So how hard is it to kind of pursue new clients and make them realize, I guess, that they need you? Because a lot of
Um,
companies
that's a
might
good,
not
yeah,
do
no, that's
that,
a good
right?
question. Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. Like for me, I mean, I've been in this space for 13 years, and I think for me, it took a good 6 months for me to understand the full mindset of independent contractors and the rules and regulations.
Hmm.
And now that I understand it, and we're just talking about it now, and you're like, aha, like I'm getting it, right?
Right, right.
We have this industry conference that I sit on the board for something called ECA, Express Carriers Association, and it's a speed dating event every April that some of our clients go to, and we get 13 minutes to explain what we do to somebody and how we do it, and I think within the first 5 minutes we are able to explain it and they get it and they're like, aha, I understand, right? And but our sales process can be anywhere from a month to 3 years. It's really
To
dependent
capture
on
a client.
to capture a client. And it really
Um,
depends on, are they already using somebody like us? And what's the trigger point and why they're talking with us? Are they looking to either build it in-house and why? Because really they
mhm,
shouldn't be, because that actually puts them more at risk if they're taking it
mhm,
inside and explaining that. And then two, do they fully understand the risk and explaining? And it's not, I don't sell by fear all the time, but educating them. Sometimes it's a
mhm,
bigger education and why they're calling us. Sometimes they're just calling us because they want insurance. Sometimes they're calling us because they want the compliance lens. Sometimes
mhm.
they're just calling us because they want us to capture all their documents. So it really determines why they're calling us, I guess. And so it's a
Right.
long-winded answer,
No, no,
but
no. Yeah, but it makes sense, right? To really, I guess having that type of a business is saying, hey, you know what? I need to hire somebody to keep me in line.
yeah.
I mean,
And
the thing is that it lets you sleep at night, right?
yeah, yeah. And we had a client actually do evaluation of how much money this saves them, and it's they are saving a full-time person by bringing us in, and it's
Hmm.
cheaper. So they're actually saving money by bringing this company in to take
Right.
on basically four aspects of their business
Hmm.
when they would have been hiring all these people. So it's kind of cool to have a client do that for us and provide
Right.
us with that savings that they've been saving on the
Right.
back end. So
No,
it
no,
was
here's a good one. So I used to have a property management company. I don't know
okay.
if you've targeted those, but
No, but we should.
here, and this is the reason why, because it's,
Write that down.
let's just say if I had a property management company again, I have clients. I have a lot of different clients,
Mhm.
and they all have to have insurance on the property, one, but they
Yeah.
also have to have insurance and add us as additionally insured in case there's
Oh,
a lawsuit, right? Let's just say
right.
a tenant trips on the sidewalk or something like that. That
Right.
that's not our negligence, that's the property's. So the property's insurance would
Yeah.
cover the tenant that got hurt, cover us and the owners in a lawsuit. But you have to have the
Mhm.
insurance correctly, and you have to make sure the insurance is valid. So there is
Yeah. So
kind of
there
a
you go.
tip for
And
you guys. It's
tracking
like,
that. I
right,
love
I'm
it.
thinking, okay, that needs monitoring, right? And I've
Hmm.
heard there's companies, because you said there's one of your clients was able to save on one person. Well,
Yeah.
there's companies that have just one person just auditing the insurance policies and making sure
Yeah.
the insurance policies are up to date, that they're correctly structured to cover
Mhm.
everybody that's involved.
Yeah.
So there's one for you guys to another industry you guys can pursue, because this is pretty neat what you're talking about, being the go-to kind of self-auditing yourself for your insurance requirements, for your, like you said, individual contractors, because management companies can use individual
Yeah.
contractors to do repairs, and there's regulations to considered individual contractors versus employees. And
Yeah.
I mean, you could like what you guys do can reach all industries, it seems like.
Yeah. Everything except for I think some of it is like it might be roofing. That's like one of the ones that we might not be able to get insurance on or something. But I think that was like a unique one. There's like
Right.
very few and far between, but that's
Now,
I
now states, how many states do you guys cover?
we're nationwide, and we do a little bit in Canada as well currently.
So that is even, I guess, tougher because because you have to know the regulations
Every
vary
elections,
from
yeah.
state, right?
Well, in California is hard, AB
It's
5 and all the
probably the toughest one out.
well, New Jersey is pretty hard. Illinois is pretty difficult,
Hmm.
and New York, right, and California. So those are some of the toughest states,
Hmm.
I will say, when it comes to regulation, for sure.
Right, right. So that means, if you have a company that's national,
Hmm.
that company just automatically saves on having to learn what each state requirement is
Yeah,
when you guys
yeah.
can come in and you guys are well versed in that.
And we probably saved them 5 employees at that point.
Yeah, there you go, right? And,
Yeah.
and so now I have to ask this because it's kind of the hot item now.
Yeah.
AI. Are you guys using
Yes.
AI in your industry, and how is that creating efficiencies for you?
Yeah, so we are actively implementing AI onto our platforms today. One, from an onboarding standpoint, when capturing documents, but two, we're implementing it from a settlement standpoint with driver payments and stuff like that. So we're looking at a ton of different things. We also use it for reporting back to
Mhm.
our clients too. So it's saved us, I was to say, a ton of time with reporting, and our
Mhm.
clients a ton of time on reporting. It's just getting it set up correctly, right? And making sure it's
Mhm.
sufficient in what the clients need for us today. But I would say I love AI. It's like my best friend. So
Right? Makes your life
so
easier.
efficient. It does.
Yeah.
It does. I use it daily, I will say.
Very good. Well,
Yes.
Carly, you have so much so much information, and what you guys do is so cool, and it creates such efficiencies in the companies.
Yeah.
So as we get ready to wind down, what's exciting in the next 6 to 12 months that you have coming up?
I will say the big stuff like the AI on the onboarding process that we are implementing. We are releasing a whole new interface for our clients too, to manage the documents for the drivers.
Hmm.
It's beautiful. I can't wait. They're actually releasing it as we speak. So that's the biggest exciting things that's coming
Hmm.
for OpenForce. And then for me personally, I don't know if it's okay to say, but I did write a book, and it released a few weeks ago. So if anybody
Tell
ever
us the
wants,
title and where you can get it.
yeah. So the title is The 13th Floor. It's a little blurry. I can't
Back it
really
up,
see
back it
it.
up a little bit.
There we
There
go.
you go. There you go, right there. The
Yeah.
13th floor.
Yeah, and you can get it on Amazon or Walmart
Hmm.
or
Okay.
Target. Yeah, and it's primarily has to do with bringing employees back from trauma, because I was involved in the Vegas shooting back in
Oh,
2017.
that's right, at that
Yeah,
concert, right?
at that concert. Yeah, so I talk about that and how I came back and my going through DDI and Grubhub and all the things that I went through. So, and giving employers some guidelines in that book.
Oh, that's interesting. That'll be a good read. Very good. That is awesome. Congratulations on that book.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and so if somebody's listening to us, Carly, and they want to get a hold of you, maybe they want to use your services, talk to you more about anything that you've mentioned here.
Yes.
How can they get a hold of you?
They can reach out to me on my LinkedIn. I'm the one and only Carly Fleischer, but you have to spell it Fliesher. Or they can email me, carly.fleischer@oforce.com.
Perfect. Great. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Carly, for coming on and sharing your story. And to our
Thank you.
audience, go to ocpowerplayers.com and follow us on your favorite channel. Thank you, Carly.
Thank you, Danny, for having me. I appreciate it.
Sure.
Thanks for listening to Orange County Power Players. Want to share your success story? Apply to be a guest at ocpowerplayers.com/guest.